Hi, welcome to CLAT Simplified. This is Siddharth. So in my recent videos, I have discussed how to ace English section. Then I have discussed how to ace general knowledge section and how to ace the legal section of CLAT 21. And of course, you might have guessed that today we are going to discuss how to ace the logical reasoning section in 30 days. So almost 30 days are there for CLAT 21. What to do? Now, before we move I tell you what things you need to do, let us have a look at CLAT 2020 paper. So CLAT 2020 paper had 30 questions in the logical reasoning section, out of which 28 questions were from critical reasoning and only 2 questions were from analytical reasoning. If I look at the area, if I bifurcate the critical reasoning further, 4 questions were based on assumptions. 7 questions were based on evidence, that is strengthening the argument or weakening the argument. 3 questions were based on the main idea. 7 questions on inference. 3 questions were fact based and 4 questions on understanding of the passage or the logical structure of the passage. So this was the bifurcation of the questions that were asked in the logical reasoning section. Now, where do you stand? It is very important for you to analyze how are you performing right now. So if you are able to score more than 70% of the marks, you can call logical reasoning as your strong area. If you are scoring 50 to 70%, then you are moderate at it. And if you are scoring less than 50%, then you are weak at it. Remember, it has 30 marks. So if you are scoring 21 plus, then you can call it strong, provided you are not taking more than 30 minutes time. Ideally, you should finish off this section in 25 minutes time, not more than 25 minutes. But if you are taking 30 minutes and scoring 21, 22, 23, then also it is fine. We will consider 25 minutes as the benchmark, higher side 30 minutes. Judge your performance in a standard test. As I have always said, neither too easy nor too difficult. I think CLAT 2011 logical reasoning section is one very standard test in which you can measure your performance. That paper had 40 questions in logical reasoning, but it does not matter. You give yourself 30 minutes time for the 40 questions, and if you are able to score 30 marks, then you can say that you are good at it. Plus, of course, the CLAT 20 paper is another standard paper wherein you can measure your performance. Remember to give 25 minutes time in CLAT 20 paper and 30 minutes time in CLAT 2011 paper, and then judge your performance. Now, what are the things to do in the next 30 days? Let us very quickly see. First and foremost, revisit the basics, concepts, type of questions, and how to solve each type of question. If we have just now seen that wide variety of questions were asked in logical reasoning. So you need to know how to attempt the assumption question, how an assumption question is different from an inference question, and what to look for in strengthening the argument or weakening the argument question. The basics are important. How to solve each type of question, that are important. So very quickly you can do that, right? You can just go back and see how to solve each type of question. Then practice at least 50 passages till CLAT. This is in addition to the passages for English section. 50 passages for the logical reasoning section till CLAT. You can write mocks, you can write sectional test, you can write topic test, but make it a point that you solve at least 50 passages and analyze all your mistakes. Practice 15 to 20 questions of each type. Now this is very important. What do I mean here? So for example, solve 15 to 20 questions of statement and assumption type. Solve 15 to 20 questions of syllogisms. Solve 15 to 20 questions of logical consistency. This is the minimum number. Solve 15 to 20 questions of each type, and best sources, of course, previous year papers, CLAT, LET, LSAT, any paper you can pick. I think, not any, but in fact, all three you should pick and solve all the questions that have came in CLAT, LET, and LSAT over the last 10 to 12 years. Remember, solving the one thing is attempting the questions through passages, and the other thing is solving the individual question so that you master how to solve each type of question. That is why practicing 15 to 20 questions of each type is very, very important. Needless to say, you should keep track of your mistakes. If possible, make notes. For analytical reasoning, last year only 2 questions came. We don't know how many questions will come, but what I will suggest is solve the questions from blood relations, coding, decoding, directions and puzzles. 30-40 questions of each type should be sufficient. So this is what your plan should be for logical reasoning over next 30 days, right? I hope you implement this plan and come out with flying colors in this section. Thank you very much.